had an experience last summer with the laser. I took a really hard fall and I broke my femur. And I started using the laser. I had surgery. I started using the laser the morning after surgery. And I had 3 incisions, and they put a rod in my leg, actually. There's a screw at the top and a screw at the bottom, and in order to do that, I had to have 3 incisions. And at those incisions was where the therapist would massage every day when she came before we did our exercising. She'd be massaging an herbal cream, and then we'd begin our exercise. And the second last time she was there, so 3 weeks into the therapy, she said, you know, there's something really strange about the way you're healing. And I said, what's that? And she said, well, in every patient I've ever worked with, you always have ropey scar tissue behind the incisions, and you have none. And she said, it's got to be the laser.
I try to occupy the same time and space as a moving stolen car, and had debris from a cervical disc pushed up against the spinal cord, which created fibromyalgia symptoms and a frozen diaphragm. And the first time that somebody used a laser on me on my photograph from 1,000 miles away, I was able to breathe right down into my sacrum, bypass the frozen diaphragm, and it was quite dramatic.
I had developed fused vertebrae from playing violin with bad posture for 9 years. And the pain was so excruciating and deep, chronic pain that would not be relieved by any other treatment. And when I found the scalar laser, magically it started dissolving the pain, and now it's completely gone and has not returned in 2 years. So the laser has been an extremely divine blessing in my life, and it is in integrity and delivers on everything that it promises.
I was given a diagnosis of chondromalacia for my knees a couple of years ago, and part of chondromalacia is a thinning of the cartilage in the knees, which may be linked to pre-arthritic condition. I believe that's what the chief orthopedic surgeon told me. And I used my laser, and for the last 1.5 to 2 years, I've had no swelling and no discomfort with my knees whatsoever. I'm sure that whatever condition was there is presently healed by my body, because I have absolutely no symptoms of inflammation or tenderness, and I'm really grateful.
Soy de la Ciudad de México. He usado el láser durante 1 año y medio aproximadamente, casi 2, y los resultados que he tenido han sido maravillosos. Soy terapeuta, principalmente con niños que son muy inquietos. Cuando quiero tranquilizarles, inmediatamente uso el láser y quedan completamente relajados. A nivel personal, cuando sufro de insomnio, puedo usar el programa para dormir e inmediatamente me quedo relajada y regreso a dormir. Y los resultados en general a nivel de estrés con el resto de las personas que trabajo son muy impresionantes, porque realmente puedo darme cuenta cuando trabajo para relajar el sistema nervioso, el cambio es inmediato. Estoy muy contenta con el láser.
I am from Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm a naturopath doctor. And I bought my scalar, it's been about a year ago, and I purchased it because I had a lot of ear problems. And when I used it, then it cleared up the hearing so that I could hear. And then I've used it a lot for pain and for TMJ, and it works fabulous for back pain. I use it a lot for that. And then for some of my clients, I have used it for migraine headaches, and that's worked fabulous for them. Also some that have a lot of sleep issues, that's helped them for that as well.
So I've had the laser for a few months, and after about 2 or 3 months of using it, I'm using it primarily for regenerating bone in the top front part of my mouth, so I don't have to have a painful and expensive surgery. And after about 2 or 3 months of using it, the contour of that area definitely has changed enough so the plate that I have had to be readjusted. And at the time I went to the dentist, he said that the x-rays were inconclusive, but that clearly because the plate was being adjusted, that it was likely that something, bone was growing, that things were changing. That's pretty exciting.
I had 5.5 years of chronic back pain. It took me 2.5 hours every day to be able to bend. Literally could not raise my feet off the ground. And after using the laser for 6 weeks, I got out of bed and I took my first step and was puzzled because there wasn't any pain. And the whole day, absolutely no back pain. And I thought, well, geez, that's great. But then the next day, same exact thing. And that was exactly 6 weeks after I started using the laser. Haven't had any back pain at all since. And I had tried just about everything I could find to make my back feel better, but nothing was working. So then I really felt like I was on to something. Well, pretty cool other things that happened. I had arthritis really bad in my hands. My fingers are all curved. And after about 2 months of using the laser, I noticed that I had complete flexibility of my hands and the stiffness was completely gone, and I no longer had any arthritis pain anywhere. So I was really amazed, and I started telling other people about it. And I'm going to say maybe 3 months after using the laser, I noticed that I was driving down the road and I started getting like tickling on my face, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And when I got home, I looked and I have all this new hair that's growing. So now from my ear up, because it's been 7 months, I actually have twice as much hair here as I do from what was there before. So I'm really excited about that. Another thing that happened was I was out with some friends that I hadn't seen in a few months, and one of the ladies asked me if I had gone down and had some face work done. And I said, what? And she said, well, you look so much younger. And I said, really? And she said, yeah. She says, the lines around your mouth here are almost gone. And she said the lines around here, they call them the parentheses, are almost completely gone. And I really love that because I'm 59 years old and I was actually accused of being 45 a few weeks ago. So I thought that was a great side effect. I was really excited.
I had pains that were not going away, and I don't like to take drugs. First came in contact with the laser through my son and our good friend Jennifer. And first I used the laser on myself for my left shoulder pain, fractured left foot, muscle spasms and what have you. It worked very well for myself, and I decided to use it on patients. One patient in particular that I want to talk about today is a lady who has diabetes, peripheral neuropathy. I applied the laser to this lady's back, promising her nothing. I told her, here's something we can try. I have no idea whether it's going to work for you or not. I told her I was very new to this laser, that it's an experience, the experience that I had had was very good, and I was hoping that it would be good for her. 3 days later, when she came into the office, she says, you know, I don't know what that thing did, but I can walk more comfortably now. A week later, I gave her another treatment. She brought her husband with her this time, who also had had previous lumbar surgery and was having lots of pain, walking with 2 canes. We did a routine initiation with the laser on him, applied it to his lower back as well. The following week, they both came in walking very nicely.
And degeneration in my lower spine, all sorts of neck pain, TMJ. I've had a surgery for TMJ. I was in a lot of chronic pain and a lot of chronic stress. And through using the laser for about a month or 6 weeks, everything is gone. All my pain is gone, and I'm in a wonderful state of calm now. It's been a revelation to me, this laser, and I'm doing everything I can to share it with people.
I had a dear friend call me and suggest that I buy the laser, and to begin with, she met with a whole lot of resistance from me. Not because I'm anti-laser, but because I've had a lot of experience in my chiropractic office using lasers, and I love them, they're fabulous. But basically, I thought I had a good idea of how they worked and what they could do for my patients, and I had one, so I just wasn't open. And at the end of that, she said, "But Sam, this one's different." So she lived in Tampa and I live in San Francisco. So she visited about a month later. And when she did, she brought a laser and she said, "Here, Sam, use this for a couple of weeks, no strings attached." So I did. And at the end of 2 weeks, I knew 3 things. I knew that I needed to have a laser for myself. I knew I had to have a laser for my patients. And I knew I had to have a laser for my mom.
It happened suddenly. I just could not walk around and a sudden back pain. And you know, traditionally I came to my primary care doctor and he gave me a lot of painkillers. They didn't work on me. And then I was referred to physical therapy. It did not work on me. Then eventually I was given steroid injection, specific steroid injection in my back, and it did not help at all. Then the steroid injection was repeated in a month, and again it did not help. So I went to the chiropractor, and it did not help. I went to acupuncture procedures. They did not work on me. But after the first treatment with the laser, you know, I straightened up a bit, and my pain left me just for 5 or 6 hours, and I was able to go to college and continue my classes. Then I called Dr. Sam and told, "You know, Dr. Sam, I really need your laser, and now I can walk being straight up. And I sleep at night, and I take very little painkillers, probably sometimes even not at all."
You can also make money at it, either as a practitioner or for people who want to have it in their homes. Well, for chiropractors, well, for anyone, I can see this as something that would allow us to develop a different stream of income from whatever our main job is. And for those of us that are in the healing profession or want to help people, it's a win-win deal. And the truth is, I believe that what I do as a chiropractor is a huge service to people, but since I've been working with the laser, I believe that this is a higher service for people. So I love it when they buy it and take it home and use it, and so far I've heard nothing but good things from people.
This does not constitute a research project, but in my practice, what works in my practice, I have faith in.